explaining songs and what they mean has always been kind of odd for me to talk about, because when someone asks, what are you trying to say in that song? I'd like to just tell them I said it in the song already. It's hard to continue talking about something that I already felt like I said the way I wanted to say it. But here's kind of a song by song commentary on the album that I named Vessel. The first song is called Ode to Sleep. And, it's a lot of songs that I write have to do with sleep, because it's something that is so important. And for whatever reason, there's a lot of people who struggle with finding the ability to sleep. As much as I can go into the lyrical content, it's one of my favorite songs to play live. There's no rules. Or at least I didn't think there were any rules when I wrote that song. If I wanted to slow the tempo down, if I wanted to rap, if I wanted to change tempo again, and then sing, I thought you could just do anything. The truth is, you can do anything. It's just some people find it odd and they don't like it very much sometimes. But it's a perfect song to have at the beginning, because it lets people realize, hopefully, that this album is going to be different than anything you've heard. The second song is a song called Holding On To You, and that was our first selection for a single, they call it. And a single is a very odd thing for me to even kind of think about, because I come from a background of writing a slew of songs and having it be enough songs to fill up a CD. So then that's what I put on a demo and put it up online for people to hear. And I'm not used to operating under one song representing who we are. But I guess it's not a bad representation, just because it's so eclectic, and I really do enjoy the song a lot. There's something about fitting 5 chords into a progression that really makes me excited. And that song has that in the chorus. Or I think it's the chorus. I don't know. But it's a song that really gives people a good understanding of what I was trying to go for musically at the time. And lyrically is a whole other conversation. It's deeper than I even really know how to get into. The third song is a song called Migraine. And no, I didn't really have a migraine when I wrote the song. I've had a migraine before. Actually, I've only had one, and it was awful. But it sucks. I clearly explain in the song Migraine that it's a metaphor. Even in the song I'm talking about, I'm not actually talking about a headache here. I think the headache, to me, in this song represents an issue. If you think about what a headache is, the hurting isn't the issue. The hurting in your head is your body telling you there's something else wrong that needs to be fixed, whether you're dehydrated or you're not getting enough sleep or your body's not getting what it needs. So it ultimately sets off an alarm that's saying there's something wrong, and your body gets your attention through pain. So if you take that example of how your body works and you think about how your psyche works, I think that a headache psychologically could indicate that there's something wrong, and that was ultimately what I was trying to express. There's something wrong. I don't know exactly what it is, but something wrong with the world, obviously, right? And migraine in the chorus it really just asks if there's anyone else who feels that too. It's a cool feeling when people tell me that they also feel that. It makes me feel like, not alone in going through what we're going through. The next song is a song called House of Gold. The song was written on the ukulele. It was the first song I ever played on the ukulele. It's the first song I ever wrote on the ukulele. I just bought that instrument and then started strumming the first thing that sounded cool to me. At the time, I obviously was thinking about my mother, and it's really nice to say, I wrote a song for my mom. If you really listen to the lyrics, it's not the happiest song. It's not the most joyful of messages. But I like that song because it just is like nothing else I've ever done and ever will do. I'm not going to write another song like that. Ever. And I hope people are okay with that. The next song is called Car Radio. I would say it's one of my favorites, but honestly, my favorite song is always the song I'm working on. If you were to ask me what's your favorite song right now, I'm thinking of a song that no one's ever heard of before that I know of because I've started writing it and I'm really excited about it. It's my favorite song. So in the moment when I was writing Car Radio, it was my favorite song. But what I like about it is there's really no structure to it that is similar to any other song I've heard before. In the sense where there's really no chorus. But it makes sense to me. I don't really remember. I don't remember making decisions on what should happen in that song. It just kind of happened, which is when it's supposed to be. I think the hardest part of songwriting is when you start to second guess yourself. And I've learned that good songwriting, is all about accidentally happening upon a new idea and then having the sense to chase it and go after it. And I think Car Radio is a perfect example of that because obviously it started out as one thing and then went to a completely different thing. The next song is called Semi-Automatic. It's different than a lot of the other songs too, in a good way, I think. It's a very bouncy, happy sounding melody and everything, and but there's the lyric that I like making someone cry. If you really think about that, it's really not good when you like to make someone cry. I mean, it's like one of the most hateful or evil things you can do is to gain pleasure out of seeing someone suffer. And if we think about the reasons why we do things, if I know I'm going to hurt someone or do something wrong, why would I ever do it again if I saw that it hurt someone? Why is it that we continue to do wrong things? Why do we continue to do things we know are wrong? Why is addiction even a thing? These are all things I ask myself, and I know there's something wrong with this world. There's something wrong with me. There's something wrong, and we need to figure out how to fix it. Because if, as a brother, if I want to be the best brother in the world, why is it that sometimes I'm the opposite? I'm the opposite of a good brother. But I want to be a good brother. Why does that happen? Why can't I make that connection? Why can't I do what I want to do? And why do I always do what I don't want to do? The next song is called Screen. I also wrote this one on the ukulele. It was never my intention to be a ukulele guy. It was just natural to play it, and I accidentally bought it at a used music store. It's a song I wrote, and I wanted people to sing with me. I didn't really know if there was going to be anyone to sing these songs. That's what's really cool about this album, is that, all of these songs were written in a place, in a time where I didn't really know if anyone was going to hear them, ever. And I'll never have that back now. Now, once things have gotten better for us and there's an audience of people who are interested in what we're saying, I realize there will always be people interested in what I'm going to write. And there used to be no one really that interested. And these songs were written without any pressure, without any goal, really. No standard, no structure, no reason other than this is what I was going through and this is the type of song I wish someone else was writing, so I'm going to write it. The next song is called The Run and Go. It's hard for me not to think of a song in its live context. I love playing music live. It gives me an opportunity to manifest what those songs are saying and live them out in front of people. And this is a song that I wrote visualizing people out there at a concert in the middle of the day where you can see everyone and forget all about the fantastic lighting and the haze of a concert venue and all the things that go into a live show. If you strip that all away and you just have music and an audience, what kind of song do I want to show someone? I'm not going to show them like a heavy dubstep techno song. It's daytime. I can see the person next to me. It's just not, it doesn't fit. And I think this song, The Run and Go, is one of those songs like, hey, I wrote a song. I'd love for you to come over to the side of my piano and let me show you it. I like it a lot. The song Fake You Out is it's interesting. I write in F sharp a lot because it's the black keys, and for some reason those were the first keys that I touched when I started playing the piano. I taught myself how to play, so obviously I'm going to play the easiest chords there are. And everyone starts in C, but F sharp's so much easier. Try it one time. Go to a piano and just hit all the black keys. It'll sound kind of cool, and you won't even know what you're doing. So this song is one of the few songs that is in F sharp. And the synth line, the melody, it came natural, and it was one of my favorite lines. And lyrically, it just talks about what it talks about. It's hard for me to explain it, but it's really about just putting on a facade for people. I think about being on stage, trying to look cool. For you right now, it's like I'm wearing a really nice shirt. I don't have to wear this shirt. It's a cool shirt. My roommate gave it to me. It's actually pretty sweet. I'm trying to look cool, just so that people think that I'm worth listening to or something. The song kind of touches on how we constantly have to lie to people about who we really are, and it gets dangerous when you start lying to yourself. And so I like this song because it's a moment of honesty for me.